We are so very glad that you're watching 3+U this morning because we are ushering into what we hope will be a very special week for you as well as for us. This week, we're taking it county by county, focusing on the arts in our area public schools. So we're kicking the week off in Bradley County. Melissa Woody, who is with the Cleveland Bradley County Chamber of Commerce, is braving the weather outside with me this morning.
Oh, yes.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Cleveland Bradley County, Julie.
So when I called you not too long ago and said, Melissa, I'm hatching an idea, you jumped in very quickly. The idea is that throughout the course of this hour, we're going to hear from the kids at Walker Valley High School, Cleveland High School, Bradley Central, for them to perform band and choir and encourage people about the power of arts in our schools. And then you're going to take us on a tour of some of your local treasures here.
Yeah, well, when you called me and you talked about, you know, Melissa, are there special people that have had a lot of impact on, people in your community? And I mean, the names just started popping up in my head, and I think you're going to meet some really great people who have inspired a lot of people within the arts community. And in fact, myself, you're going to meet my drama teacher, my theater teacher, which, you know, that background in theater and in music and all of the things that I've done, you know, just over the years, even though, you know, not that I've done,
Right.
because it's all in an amateur basis, but have really contributed to my job and
Right.
my everyday life of, you know, public speaking, presenting information. It can be very
Retaining
inspiring
information
to everyone.
Well, and I think that was the whole idea behind it. I mean, you and I have known each other for a while now. I grew up in Atlanta. I was very involved in arts of different forms at school and other areas, and it did the same thing for me. I didn't pursue that as a career, but like you, it took me down my own yellow brick road. And so for the kids who are, whether they're in elementary school or in high school, and they're thinking, you know, I love this, I don't know if I can make a career of it, but I sure would love to try.
Oh, absolutely.
Nothing wrong with taking that chance.
There is nothing wrong with taking that chance, but I think even if that's not your path, like you and I, Julie, an arts base, an arts foundation just adds to your life. I mean,
Right.
it just enhances your life, and I'm just so glad that you guys are shedding light on that this week.
We are
I think
too.
I think that it's just such an important aspect of our life, of our quality of life. I mean, often I will introduce a band at our outdoor concerts, and I'll say, now remember that if it weren't for the arts, you'd just be sitting here in a lawn chair.
Right. But you
You
know
know,
what? You are with the Chamber of Commerce, and you mentioned how we're going to meet some of your local treasures. Here at the Chamber, we'll talk with a woman. You have a whole committee whose focus is to bring the arts and education and business together. Businesses thrive and want to come to a community
We
based
feel
on their
like
arts.
creativity and the arts has a place in business, and how better to start that than in education and encouraging that workforce development idea in students, and you get creative workers and business and creative ideas and new perspectives.
Okay, I'm going to embarrass you for a minute. I won't reveal your age, but let's go back to the 19-somethings.
The 80s, baby.
Okay, me too. We're the same. So you were the drum major?
I was the drum major for Bradley Central High School Marching Band. Yes, in concert season I played an oboe, so you can't march with an oboe, and so I was the drum major.
Do you still play the oboe?
No, I do not. Sometimes I go over the fingerings in my mind and think I probably could, but I didn't own my own instrument, and so I just haven't had one in my possession.
But do you find that now when you listen to music, classical or any other kind, you're all the more awed by the talent of those musicians?
Oh, yes. And, you know, there's nothing like live performances. I'm so glad that we're back to live performances. But, I mean, let's take bluegrass, for instance. You cannot get a true picture of a bluegrass song until you see those masters at work with their instruments.
Right.
I mean, that kind of, it's just, when you see something live, you just appreciate it so much more. And I'm so glad that we're back to having live performances.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
I know that you ooze pride in Cleveland and Bradley
Absolutely.
County, and it's always fun when we can come up here and let you take us on the tour. So before we hear from our first performers of the morning, we're going to have a chance to meet Connie Gatlin, June Chase, Michelle Mummert, and who?
Jack Clark.
Who's
Jack
going to play for
Clark
us?
Is an amazing pianist. He has a fascinating history. He was just inducted into the Southern Gospel Hall of Fame. And he's our very own.
So as they say in show business, let's get on with the show.
All right.
So the whole idea is, as you are entertained, we hope, in the hour ahead, whether you live in Cleveland and Bradley County or points beyond, consider, as part of your end-of-year giving to the performing arts program at your area public school, because funding is what really keeps these outreaches and efforts going. So here are some of the local talented kids in Cleveland and Bradley County, our first group to perform for us this morning. So glad you're watching.
I can see it in your eyes. You believe that lie, and you need to hide your face.
Afraid to step outside, so you lock the door. But don't you stay that way.